What is up, guys? Silver Warrior here. Today, I want to discuss how much more silver you could be stacking if you stopped wasting money. And you might be thinking now to yourself, well, what do you define as a waste of money? Because obviously, in life, there are certain necessities and just things that you're going to have to spend money on. Okay? And I understand that. And even sometimes it is okay to spend money on something that entertains you. I mean, like, if you enjoy setting off fireworks for the 4th of July and you spend money on that, that's once a year. That's something you can predict. And if you really are enjoying it, it's not a waste of the money to you, so long as you're not spending an absurd amount of money compared to how much you make. Now, is it necessary in any way? No, it's really not. It's just a way to show off. But at the same time, if it's something you enjoy doing, you can't go through your entire life just suffering just so later on in life you can hopefully have a little bit more money. That's not the way life works. That's not the point of being on this earth. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that you should be spending money on necessities, but spending entirely too much. You might be thinking, now I have no idea what you're talking about, and I understand that. So let me explain. So let's say you have a car, okay? Let's say you're about an average American, you're average American male who's single, I should say. You make, I mean, it really depends on how much you make, because like those average statistics are always skewed anyway. So really, it's not, you know, I saying average is not really a fair thing to say. But let's say you make 35,000 a year, okay? And that is considered a decent amount, whatever. Okay, and let's say you have a car. Okay, you need a car to get to work because your job's 30 minutes away. Okay, and this is a $50,000 car. So this car is worth more than what you make every year before taxes, mind you. And the car has taxes on it too. So that's two middlemen in there on a car that you already couldn't afford as it was. Okay, so you're buying this car now, and you're going to be paying this car off for how many more years? I mean, let's say, you have it set up so you're going to be paying for this car for the next 5 years, okay? Monthly payments for 5 years, right? And that means you're already paying more than 50,000, more than the car cost if you bought it outright, because when they get you with these whole, monthly plans, they charge you a massive amount of interest on top of it. So you might be paying really like 65, 70,000. So getting past that, now you're already buying a car that's worth about 2 times what you make, or not worth, I should say, costs 2 times what you make. Okay, and let's say you got a $700 phone, smartphone, mind you, not just any old phone. Okay, you got this phone in your pocket that literally does exactly the same thing as a phone that costs $20, except it can take high definition pictures with this car that you can't afford. You can take, these really high def pictures of you in this car, whatever. Okay. And then let's say every day when you get home from work, you don't want to make dinner because well, I'm buying food at the grocery market anyway. So like, why not just eat, McDonald's every night? And you're buying Big Mac meal that's $7. You starting to get my point yet? Yes, all of these things are what you might consider necessary, but they're not really necessary expenses, because you could be easily buying a used car that's not so glamorous but will run the exact same way as a $50,000 car for, literally a tenth of that price. Okay? Spoiler alert, there are cars that are under $10,000 even to this day that you can drive around. Cars well under that even, that will run very effectively, that are very reliable cars, maybe more reliable than this $50,000 car. And even if they do break down, they don't cost nearly as much to repair. And that $700 smartphone, like I said, can be replaced. Its entire functionality can be replaced by a $20 phone. And the plan as well, you might get unlimited data, but are you really using all that data? If you have just a normal phone, you will be needing to use so much data because you'll just be calling and texting people like a normal person should. Okay? And these whole $7 a night dinner thing, yeah, you can buy planned meals at your grocery store that end up equating to around $1 a night of eating. My point is that you could be stacking so much more silver by just cutting out all these unnecessary expenses, that all these things that you consider necessary. Okay, at the end of the day, one of my big philosophies is that It's nice and all to appear rich, but it's much nicer to actually be rich, okay? Why would you spend all your money looking like you're rich when you're not, when you could not spend your money so you'll actually still have the money and then actually be rich? I mean, it's really simple. Or, better yet, you can take that useless fiat currency and put it into something like silver. So I do hope you enjoyed this video, and that is it for this one. Peace, love, and much respect.